Welcome back to The Reaction, the show that gives you the immediate reaction to football's biggest games. On the television behind me, Jose Mourinho is currently fist pumping to an empty Tottenham Hotspur stadium because Spurs have gone top of the table. They've beaten Manchester City 2-0. So today I'm absolutely buzzing. We're going to have a look at the game as a whole, some of the key players, some of the key moments, and what both teams have got to face up to next. Let's start with the game then, because this is a battle for the ages, isn't it? Pep Guardiola versus Jose Mourinho, 44 major trophies between them in their managerial careers. Today was the 24th meeting between the two. Both men have actually faced each other more than any other manager in their careers. But tonight, there was only one winner. Tonight was a Jose Mourinho masterclass. Forget your parking the bus nonsense. That was unreal. City do have a terrible record at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. They've still never scored a goal there. Let's not forget last season's 2-0 victory. And coming into the game, they had quite a few problems. Yes, both sides had players missing. I know Doherty was missing through COVID-19, but City's problems pretty major. Forward line issues all over the place, you know. Fernandinho was obviously out long term, but in that forward department, Sergio Aguero, not fit enough to start. Raheem Sterling, not fit enough to start, despite the fact Jose, yesterday's press conference, you know, getting in little early digs, saying, oh, I bet you any money he starts. Well, he didn't, Jose. And that really hurt City. And these forward line problems haven't just started tonight for City. They've been going on all season. 3 of City's last 5 games have ended 1-1. The other 2 have been won 1-0. So they are definitely struggling to score goals. And we could see that again tonight because on the ball, fantastic to watch, aren't they? Coming into half-time, I think they'd had 70% of the ball. They'd had 10 shots, but just 3 on target. And I don't really remember a moment tonight where I thought Hugo Lloris, what an unbelievable save. And I was looking at some of their numbers coming into this game. I was obviously expecting somebody to score for City, but they didn't. And the top scorer of the season remains Jesus with just 2 goals. When you look at the numbers of Kane's putting up, Son's putting up, even Mo Salah at Liverpool's putting up, somebody in this City forward line needs to start scoring goals and doing it quickly because tonight was not good enough in the forward department. Lots of ball, lots of sideways passing. I thought in the second half, they lost their way a little bit. We're kind of trying to dink crosses in. And Eric Dyer and Toby Alderweireld are going to eat them for breakfast. So that leaves Pep Guardiola on the fewest points after 8 games of a domestic campaign in his managerial career. It leaves Jose Mourinho top of the Premier League table as it currently stands and creating a Spurs team that are solid as a rock. Best defensive record in the league. They've only conceded 9 goals. 3rd best expected goals against. So even by underlying numbers, they're very solid. And tonight, 1-11, they were beasts. Yes, you can say 10 men behind the ball most of the time. I think the heat map at half-time showed the average position and not a single Spurs average position was in Manchester City's half, which obviously not aesthetically great to watch, but also that was gritty, wasn't it? That was absolutely everything you'd want if you were a Tottenham Hotspur fan. Bodies on the line, Alderweireld and Dyer, absolutely awesome. Kane and Son basically DMs. Højbjerg chucking himself into everything. Jose Mourinho has got the he wanted. Let's have a look at some of the key moments in the game then. 1-0 to Spurs, wasn't it? All came from a sort of quick free kick. And I have to say, hats off. There's a reason I've got my hat on. Stay to that trim. To Tanguy Ndombele. I thought he played really, really well. Weird stat I saw on Twitter, actually, that was his 3rd Premier League assist, and all 3 of them have come against Manchester City. I'm not sure if that's true, but either way, absolutely fantastic. The ball over the top's great. The run by Son is great. The defending is absolutely honking by Manchester City. Laporte comes flying out the line to try and drop in on Harry Kane. Ruben Dias is in the wrong area. João Cancelo at left back isn't tracking his man effectively. And the less said about Ederson, the better. The bloke was absolutely whiffing tonight, wasn't he? Superb finish by Son, obviously. His record against Man City is obscene. I think that's 3 goals in 3 games against Pep Guardiola's side at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. He is just so clinical. Don't give him an inch because he'll take a yard. Then we saw another bit of controversy. This was to make it 1-1. Manchester City, handball, goal disallowed via VAR. Great finish by Laporte, by the way. Has to be said on that left foot. I actually agree with Mike Dean on this one. I think Gabby Jesus dips his body and his unnatural arm position helps the ball be controlled. So in my opinion, it is a handball. What are your thoughts about the handball? Let me know in the comments right now. Did you think it was or did you think it wasn't? Simple as that. Then the second half comes, more Man City pressure, but 2-0 to Tottenham Hotspur, and it's all about Harry Kane. Picks the ball up in his own half, turns, drives forward 30-40 yards, a perfectly weighted ball into the path of Giovanni Celso, who'd been on the pitch 35 seconds, yet more Jose Mourinho brilliance in this game, and a great finish. But Ederson, again, why is he flying out of his line like that? I don't like the positioning. I think if he stays a little bit deeper and he cuts that angle off, it's a lot harder for Lo Celso to finish. Makes it so easy for the Argentine. And I thought this is one of his worst games in a long, long time in a Man City shirt. He's obviously one of the best keepers in the league. But tonight, Ederson was whiffing. And whilst we're on the topic of some key players, there weren't too many for Manchester City, in my opinion, that played well. Lots of pretty ball possession, lots of pretty passes, but no real cutting edge. I thought Mahrez was really poor, very predictable coming in on that left foot. I actually thought Kevin De Bruyne had a real off night as well. Bernardo Silva didn't look like he was adding much, and I was really surprised that Pep Guardiola left it so late to make those substitutions. So let's forget City and focus on some of the unbelievable performances in this Tottenham team, because 1 to 11, like I said earlier, all incredible. I could have picked Højbjerg. He was just outstanding alongside Sissoko. Both of the centre-backs, body on the line. Eric Dyer looked like a prime John Terry. Sergio Reguilon alongside him looked like Ashley Cole. It was unbelievable back there. But Harry Kane. My God, how good is Harry Kane? In the first 45 minutes, you saw the nitty-gritty of Harry Kane. He was almost playing at left-back at times. More tackles than anybody else on the pitch in the first 45 minutes. And then you see the genius of Harry Kane in the second half. The ability to drop in deep, take the ball, turn, distribute, create. Neville likened him to Zidane at one stage in that game, and I don't necessarily agree, but some of the creativity he's showing is Zidane-esque. That was his 15th goal involvement in his first 9 Premier League fixtures. He's now got 9 assists in 9 Premier League games. Absolutely ridiculous speed that he's picking up these assists at. In his previous 3 campaigns combined, he got 9 assists. That was 94 games. He's got 9 in 9 here. And his strike partner, Heung Son, did the damage to City yet again, didn't he? There were concerns coming into the game that he wouldn't be able to play because of COVID-19. 2 negative tests and he's back amongst the goals. Only Jamie Vardy has scored more goals against Pep's Man City than Heung Son. He's got 5 in his last 5, 6 overall. He's got 11 goals in all competitions this season, 9 in the Premier League for Tottenham Hotspur. He is the jewel in this Tottenham Hotspur crown. A little shout out to Ndombele as well. Thought he played really well. But overall, the biggest shout out, Jose Mourinho. This wasn't park your bus stuff. This was tactically superb. Sure, they might have to be a little bit more adventurous against some of the other teams. I think if you give Liverpool that much dominance, they probably punish you in a way that City don't, just because the forward line is so exceptional amongst the Reds. But amazing signs. So Tottenham fans, I want to hear from you. How impressed were you with that performance? How much are you loving Jose Mourinho? Let me know in the comments right now. Up next, Spurs have got a very tough run. Chelsea, Arsenal, Liverpool, Leicester. 4 of their next 5 Premier League fixtures, as well as playing in the Europa League. So this is going to be potentially season-defining, this little period for Jose Mourinho. City have got Olympiacos midweek, then they've got to go and beat Burnley. Should be a slightly easier test, but nevertheless, they're going to see another deep defence that they're going to struggle to break down, probably. Either way, that's the end of this video, because Man United are about to kick off on the television behind me. I want to watch that. I've got to edit this and watch it, so I hope you appreciate this video. Let me know in the comments below, City fans, how annoyed you are, Spurs fans, how buzzing you are. Please hit the like button, because it's Saturday night, and I want to be watching Man United. Nevertheless, thanks very much for watching, everybody. We'll see you later.